Hello everyone, this is Captain Sobani, captain of the Starship Prize, and we are going to play Sword of the Stars. Now, this is a pretty old game that came back, I don't even remember, like back in the early 2000s. There was a sequel to this called Sword of the Stars 2, but the problem with it is there's like three major issues with it. One, it's extremely complicated. Two, the AI are extremely dumb in that game. About usually 90% of the AI will end up doing something stupid and going bankrupt because they can't afford what they're doing. And three, the way that you navigate around that game is very, very complicated. You move based on a mission system, and even just to colonize planets or issue a move or just to move to a nearby system, you require a mission. So it's kind of a little bit too complicated, so we're going to play the original version, Sword of the Stars, which is one of my favorites, and I've been playing a lot of old games, and so I've been wanting to play this for a while. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in. Obviously we're going to play single player, we'll play a custom scenario, and these are the 6 teams you can be. You have Human, Hiver, which are the bug team, Tarkus, which are the monkey team, Lear, which are the dolphin team. They're actually pretty cool, I like them. Zol, which are the Mongol team, I believe. I forget, I don't really play them much, I'm not sure. And then you have the Merengue, which are the bird team. And each one kind of specializes in something. Like, humans are more balanced than everything. Their weakness is traveling very far distances without, like, node links. We'll go more in detail on that later. Hiver are very defensive. Tarkas are very aggressive. Lear are very speedy. They have a special engine that allows them to get to places quickly. Zol are very unforgiving. Like, they have a technique where if they don't keep moving, you will lose. It's the easiest way I can say it. And the Merengue are specialized in drones and large, like, small fleets. Like large fleets of like small size ships. Let's see, what kind of map do we want to play on? The one that I usually like is no, not clusters. There was one that was similar to clusters. I forget what it's called. No, definitely not Rift. Mini clusters. That's like clusters with more of them. Globular clusters. So you have a couple big clusters and a bunch of small clusters around them. And let's see, let's do a star count of 350? What the heck, why not? Distance about the same, size and resources balanced. Okay, and then for this game there is an RTS mode and a turn-based mode. When you're in the galactic mode, that's the turn-based mode, where you're moving your fleet around, building ships on your planets, blah blah blah. And then combat is real-time. I usually like to have a combat session of about 5 minutes, which is 300 seconds. That usually works pretty well for me, and strategic length, how long as possible. Doesn't matter. We're not playing against other players, so that doesn't really matter. This stuff I usually keep exactly the same. Research efficiency, I'm going to put down to 50%. Because usually once the computers get to a certain point, they start spamming out ships, and then they're like super powered compared to yours, because the computers are very smart in this game. So we're going to put research efficiency all the way down to try to lengthen the game a little bit, because obviously this is going to be longer than one episode. Alliances, yes. We want to be able to align with the people that we fight against. We don't want just teams, because that makes it too easy, because we know what we're fighting. Alright, let's create the game, name it my game, doesn't matter what we name it. What do I want to be? Let's see, I like the Tarkas, because they're aggressive. Their issue is they have a short fuel supply, so you need a lot of tankers, or a lot of like fuel guys with you in order to get to long places. I've always been curious about the Hiver because they kind of have my gaming style because I focus on defensive units. Same with the Merengue. I really like the Merengue when I play them all the time because of the fact they start with drones, and that can help out a lot in the beginning game. Humans are very balanced. No, I think I'm gonna go with the Hiver. Screw it. Let's see, what are the symbols I usually use? I haven't played the Hiver in so long, I forgot what my symbols are. I know I usually use that one. It's a green beetle. I forgot what the main symbol I usually use is. Let's see, that's 2 green, unfortunately. Yeah, we'll go with that. And I can adjust what the AI do. Not going to. We're going to keep all the AI on random. We don't care where they are. We don't care what they do. We'll figure them out when we find them. So let's get into the game.
System updates.
Okay, so the first thing we need to do is figure out what we want to research. Let's see. I usually like to get green lasers right off the bat. That way I have some sort of weapon that can replace the Gauss weapons that we start out with. Because we get Gauss driver, red lasers, the ability to talk in Hivers, then Wallow units, which helps our industry and reduces the amount of money it takes to build ships, and biological. Oh, I think these guys are bug creatures, which means they're really good with biology as well. That might come in handy considering the fact that they expand slowly. So I think I'm going to research that first instead.
The lab is swarming with workers, Majesty. We are engaged.
To be married. And then right here's the savings research slider. This is where you can dedicate how much money you want to go into your savings account or how much money you want to go to research. I usually keep it about 2/3 research, 1/3 savings. I usually just keep that as the game goes on. I might adjust it if we get into wars and whatnot, but that's what I usually do. Okay, in the Hivers we start out with gates. What these gates do is once we deploy them, it will put a gate on that station or that planet, and we'll be able to get to that planet in 1 turn, no matter where it is. If we have a gate here and we have a gate over here in this sector, it will only take 1 turn to get there. That's what makes this team so good, is because as long as you have gates on the planet, you can teleport your entire fleet to that planet to defend it. Alright, so first thing we need is we need tankers and colonizers. Let's get 2 of them going. Don't worry about us being in the negative this early in the game. That's gonna happen. Let's see, it's gonna take 2 turns. Let's focus more on construction. Get that done in 1 turn.
Construction project initiated.
Oh, we have 3 gates? Alright, so let's go ahead and get 3 groups going. Can we get all that done in 1 turn? Almost. Alright, that's fine. We'll do it like that then.
Construction order placed, Majesty.
And then at the moment, that's about all we can do. And like I said, don't worry about us being in negatives. When we're in the negatives, that means we have to pay interest, because it's kind of like taking out a loan in a way. Because we can build as many ships as we want. It doesn't matter what our savings are. But if we're in the positive, then we get interest back, which can help us in the long run if we keep a high amount of savings. So yeah, don't worry too much about that. Okay, let's go ahead and end our turn.
System updates.
Alright, we have these guys built. Let's have you here, you here. We'll put a gate in each one. That way, even if they don't get to the one they want to go to, we can at least deploy a gate. Now, the bug people really don't have an FTL drive. Their FTL drive is the gate. So it's going to take a long time for them to get to their planets. So like this one is the closest. It's going to take 11 turns. So that's about what we can do.
We move now.
Let's have you guys move down here. Alright. And then in the next turn we'll have another one. And that's about all we can do.
System updates.
Okay. So same thing. What's the closest planet? That one?
Majesty.
Whoops. No, you're supposed to go up there. I hit the wrong button. You guys go here.
The way is marked. Engines burn.
Okay. And we can build some defense platforms on the planet, but we don't really need to worry about that this early in the game. I usually wait until we get a few planets before I start doing that. I do want to get a few more gates built though. And then maybe more of these going. So let's see. That's cool. Cool, that'll be done next turn.
Yes, my queen. We will have the ships out in no time.
The expansion has begun.
System updates.
Alrighty. Let's have you guys. What's the next closest one? Let's see, 17, 18, 19, 11.
We rise as one, my queen.
Okay, let's get a few more of these gates queued up. About 2 more.
Your shipyards hear and obey.
How are we doing on research? 5 more turns, alright.
System updates.
Okay. I don't think there's much to do. Let's build about 2 more gates.
Construction project initiated.
Can we build a 3rd one? Yes. Alright. That'll be enough building for now.
System updates.
Okay, and now until our research gets done, until our guys get to their first planet, there's not much really to do except end our turns. So let's do it.
System updates.
There we go.
We have made a breakthrough, my queen.
Okay, so this will allow our population to grow faster on alien worlds. Next we get atmospheric adaptation, which is good because it helps improve our terraforming. I'll explain that a little bit more when we actually discover our first planet. But for the fun time being, see, it's going to take 21 turns. It's going to help in the long run. So yeah, let's go ahead and get that going.
Yes, my queen. We begin research.
And in our turn, because there's nothing else to do.
System updates.
Oh yeah, I guess I might as well explain this stuff over here on our planet. So obviously the size is how big the planet is. It's between 1 and 10. Your home planet is always the largest size because it's your starting planet and it gives you a good boost to get everything done. The amount of resources on a planet determines how well your industry is. 5,000 is considered what I call average. It'll range anywhere between like 1,000 and 9,000. You can increase this even more with certain researches and certain techniques, but for a rule of thumb, 5,000 is average. Infrastructure is how well your industry is developed on the planet, and depending on this rating and your resource rating will depend on how big your industry is. 200 is fully developed. 100 is developed until it reaches a certain point, then it'll start developing a second layer up to 200, I think. Don't quote me on that. I know 100 is considered developed, and anything above that is considered very developed. Imperial population is your most important population. Consider this your planetary health system. Well, not planetary health. Consider it like your planet's health. When this reaches 0, you lose contact with the planet. Plain and simple. So we have 2 billion population on this planet, so it has a lot of defenses, or it has a lot of health for lots and lots of bombardment. Civilian population isn't as important as Imperial, but they do trade and they do like work on the planet, so it goes with your income. But this is more for like trade units and space stations that we'll be able to build later on in the game. And industry output determines how fast you can build ships. The higher the industry output, the faster you can build ships. And it also goes directly into income if there's nothing going on, because it trades the industrial output for money. And income tells you how much money you're making from the planet, and it depends on the industrial output and the amount of people on the planet, because your people obviously pay taxes. And these, like civilian population, this determines how much civilian population you want on the planet. I usually keep it at half, because if you go above half, then you'll start overusing the resources on the planet, and your resources will start dropping. You can do that as a source of income if you want nothing but civilian, and like if you want a civilian focused planet and not a industry focused. but I usually just keep it at half. And overharvest kind of does the same thing. You can tell your industry to use more materials, but when you do that, you'll permanently reduce your resources. And in planetary budget, you can play around if you want to focus more on construction, or if you want your place to focus more on trade. This, if you don't have anything building on the planet like I do now, then it's always 100% trade. This only applies if something's actually being built. And that's enough explaining. Let's end the turn, because I am tired of talking.
System updates.
Come on, let's find something.
System updates.
This guy's getting close.
System updates.
This guy's getting close too. I think he's going to be the first one. I think he has 2 turns? I can't read that. My monitor's doing that weird glitch again.
System updates.
It doesn't like this game. I tried to fix it for recording, but it's not going to work. Okay, so we finally arrived at this planet, which means we have discovered it. Now, what you see here is the climate hazard. This varies from planet to planet. This is 927, and its cost is prohibitive. That means this planet is too polluted or too hazardous for us to colonize it. So there might be certain researches later on in the research tree, especially the biology tree we're going through, that will allow us to possibly colonize this. But it's a size 3, which is small, and 4,400 resources, which is a little bit below average. So it probably wouldn't have been worth it either way.
System updates.
So we have another one down here, and this one, see, it's a different color because it is now colonizable. Now this one is pretty polluted at 434, but it is colonizable, and it's going to cost $65,000 per year to colonize this. And it's kind of worth it because it's a size 6, which is considered a large? No, it's not large, it's upper medium size. And 4,800 resources, which is about average. So it's not too bad, but the cost, because we just started the game, so we're not making tons of money. We're making 257,000. This is going to cost 65,000 to colonize. Now this is per turn. This will slowly decrease as you terraform and build up the infrastructure on the planet. So this will happen every single turn. But we really need a new planet, so let's go ahead. First I need to deploy your gate. Deploy gate. Yes, please.
Yes, wings unfolded and secured, Majesty.
Now I'm going to have you come back, grab another gate, and go somewhere else. Let's do the same thing with you. Let's deploy the gate.
Wings unfolded and secured, Majesty.
Let's go ahead and colonize it for a
The
colonizer.
swarm has secured another world.
Alrighty. Hopefully I did not make a major mistake by doing that.
System updates.
Alrighty, and now we see we have these gates deployed, so now I could tell this tanker to move here in 1 turn, or move here in 1 turn. So I'm going to move him back here. We're going to build another colonizer to replace it, and another gate. Actually, another 2 gates, actually. Actually, never mind, I forgot we have some already on the planet. So, that's good, just build another one, we have the money.
Construction project initiated.
And then you guys, let's have you continue moving. Just to here.
Yes, Majesty.
Alright, so you have discovered a new planet. Actually, wait a minute. No, don't move there. Come back here.
The way is marked. Engines burn.
Because you need to get another gate. So we're going to build 2 more gates to replace the 2 that we're about to lose.
My queen, we will have the ships out in no time.
Alright, this one's colonizable. This is a small one. It's a size 4, which isn't too bad, with 3,300 resources. A little bit on the low side, but only costs 14,000 to colonize. Oh, and speaking of which, since now we have this one, see, now we have 434. We are reducing the by terraforming by 0.24, and the infrastructure is going up by 0.09 per turn. We start off with 2. So this will slowly grow per turn. Imperial population is 130, which is very low, so we have to protect this planet and help make it grow. This also has an asteroid field, which isn't too bad. There's a certain creature that likes these that we have to keep an eye on, so they can do bad things on this planet. But yes, the income is negative 65,000. So we have to keep a close eye on that. In the meantime, I'm just going to let that planet develop. Once we get this research, which is going to take a while because now a big chunk of our resources are going to planetary development. So researching and money saving are going to be a little bit slower because of that. But let's go ahead, let's colonize this planet as well.
Children conquer once more.
Deploy that gate.
Wings unfolded and secured, Majesty.
Let's see, that's a new one. Size 6, 4,000, but prohibitive. So deploy your gate.
Yes, wings unfolded and secured, Majesty.
Let's get a couple more gates being built.
Yes, my queen. We will have the ships out in no time.
System updates.
Alrighty. We need a new gate for you. Let's go ahead and have you move back up here.
Yes, Majesty.
Oops. No, I want you to be separated. I know you were separated, but I hit the wrong button. Okay. I guess we can go to this one.
The way is marked. Engines burn.
Okay, you need to come back and pick up another
Swarm on the
gate.
wing.
How are you doing? You need to come back and pick up another colonizer. So let's see, we have one colonizer coming back, and we have you coming back. So let's build another colonizer.
Construction project initiated.
But so far we're getting a few gates out.
System updates.
This is good. So usually when I play this game, I'll have like a fleet on each one of these stations, but I don't have to do that with the gate system. I just have to have one decent fleet and then just have them move to planet as they're needed. Alrighty. You go to
As
that
you
one.
Command, Majesty.
How are we doing over here? You need a gate. You need a colonizer, and you need a gate. Okay? So I guess we'll have you go there. And I guess you move there. Starting to get a network of these gates going on. This is cool. Let's see, we still have 5 gates. Somehow I'm still keeping up with everything.
System updates.
I think we should go ahead and get a small fleet going. I just don't feel right building all this stuff and not having a fleet. So let's build about 10 armors, just to have something out. Well, since this is going to be a big fleet that does everything, let's build about 20 armors.
Construction order placed.
We will design our own
Majesty.
ships and everything, which you can do in this game. We'll design all our new ships once we get actual, research that's good to do. Right now, I'm just focusing on biology, try to get some of this terraforming going. So how much longer do you have? 26 turns? Oh yeah, how's our new planets doing? 375, 2.5, 0.35. Yeah, the bug team grow very rapidly. This is one thing that is good about them. Oh, where? Oh, duh, it's right here. See, 5,792. Yeah, you're doing great. You're doing very good. At the moment, there's nothing to do.
System updates.
Continue building these. And this blue bar right here is our fleet maintenance. We don't want this to be too big compared to everyone else. Because that doesn't go down. You can actually have your fleet maintenance be more than your income and then kind of screw yourself over. I've done it once before, like one of the first times I ever played this.
System updates.
Okay, we got one more turn and all that's done.
System updates.
There we go. Now I'm going to take all of these armors. Split. Whoop, crap, that's not what I wanted. Add a new fleet. That's not what I wanted at all. Flag as guard. So that means next time I click on this, you won't see it because it's the defense fleet. And then we'll move that to wherever we want if something bad happens.
System updates.
Okay. Nothing really going on. Still got a lot of research going on. We have almost 1 million savings. We're making about 8,000 on interest at the moment. So you have to have a really high savings in order to make a bunch of money from that stuff.
System updates.
Because I think I remember, yeah, that's 1% of your total savings when you're in the positive. When you're in the negative, it's 10%. So it's always worse than the negatives.
System updates.
Okay, how are you guys doing? Not bad, 1,800. 2.4 million. Yeah, you're growing nicely because you have a low climate hazard. So you're going to be operational soon.
System updates.
Alright.
System updates.
Dang, one more. Come on.
System updates.
Alright, what do we have here? Prohibitive one. 896. 896 climate hazard, size 4 with 4,000 resources. Not really worth it anyways. Alright, go ahead, deploy your gate.
Yes, wings unfolded and secured, Majesty.
Okay, what do we have down here? Ooh, 7,000 resources. That's on the high side. That's good. It's a size 4, so it's a little bit on the low side. But 7,000 with 74 climate hazard. That's going to be nice once it gets developed. Yes, colonize that one, please.
Swarm has secured another world.
And deploy the gate.
Yes, wings unfolded and secured, Majesty.
Okay, that is a nice start.
System updates.
Okay, so let's go ahead and move you back here.
We will follow this course, Majesty.
Build another gate.
Construction order placed, Majesty.
Okay, same with
The
you.
way is marked. Engines burn.
Build another colonizer and another gate.
Yes, my queen. We will have the ships out in no time.
So far, not too bad. So we now have 4 planets. I probably have enough room to start colonizing 1 more. And then what I'll do is just keep sending out gates and try to take over this entire sector. Oh man, we're in the middle of the map. Jeez, we're in a bad location. So we're gonna have to take over this sector as quickly as we can.
System updates.
Oh nice, we got our research
We have
done.
made a breakthrough, my queen.
That's awesome. Yeah, see now the terraforming is 1.3. So now it's much better. Alright, what's our next one? Environmental tailoring. This again improves terraform proficiency even more and improves population growth rate. But I think we're doing pretty good on terraforming. The bugs naturally have a fast way of of increasing their population in their places. So I'm not going to focus too much on this until we really need it. Right now we're getting pretty lucky on some of the stuff. Let's see. I want to focus a little bit on industry to get our ships going and our industry going as well. What else do we have around here? We have drones, which you have this one, which in cybernetic interface, which improves industrial output. And there's our teleport gate technology. We'll get better technologies as we get further through the game. Here's our missile technology, because we will shoot missiles from our planets to defend things, and we can upgrade those missiles to do even more damage and improve the missiles on our ships that we make as well. Don't have any shield technology. Here's our power drive. Right now we only have fission. We can upgrade the pulse fission, which improves our speed both in space and in the game. Then we can also get recombinant fissibles, which allows you to recycle some of the heat from the fission drive, improving your jump range. And then fusion, which is the main energy upgrade. And then I think there's antimatter above that. And we have disruptors and the torpedo ones. A charged ball of energy plasma that passes that word to the target on impact. I can't read that word. Sorry. Does superficial damage and has a chance of shorting out some of the systems on a large ship. So pretty good. And then here's our main energy weapons. This is a tree I always focus on because I love energy weapons. Then here's the ballistic drive, which is pretty much shooting rocks at people, your main kinetic drives. And then your FTL communications technology. So you can get battle computers, which is pretty much a squadron leader for a ship, which allow you to deploy more ships in battle. FTL broadband, which allows you to observe the combat of allied players once we get allies. And then obviously we have the Xenotech, which is our how we understand our aliens. So yeah, let's get you going because you're only 11 turns.
This project may advance the swarm in a great leap.
And let's see, did I ever get to? I did get to this one. Size 6, which is pretty decent. 3,700 resources. I don't think I told you guys, but size does also will depend on the amount of taxes you get from the planet, and it also determines how much health your planet will have, because more people can fit on the planet. That's a decent one. 47,000 though is quite a bit. I'll probably, let's see where's, I mean, we still have plenty of room. We're doing pretty good on money at the moment, so. But the thing is, if I make too much focus on planetary development, then our research is going to fall behind. 313, that's a lot of climate hazard. But we did just get our terraform. Yeah, screw it, let's do it. Let's deploy. So deploy gate.
Yes, wings unfolded and secured, Majesty.
And
The
colonize.
children conquer once more.
Okay. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and put you there, you there, you there.
Yes, Majesty.
Work there. You go there. And then we also need another tanker. Nope, we don't need a tanker. We need a colonizer and we need a gate.
Your shipyards hear and obey.
Let's quickly end this turn. I don't think nothing's gonna happen.
System updates.
And move you back here.
Mark
Alright,
this trail.
well, I think that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you really enjoyed this. If you did, please hit the like button. It does really help out the video more than you think. You know, we're using almost half of our money to planetary development, so I'm going to have to slow that down a little bit. And if you like what I do, please consider subscribing so you can see more content like this. And if you want to support me directly, I do have a Patreon in the video description you guys can check out as well. Anyways, this has been Sword of the Stars. Hope you enjoy this, and I'll see you guys later. This is Captain Soban signing out.